Alright, I think we'll be able to take a straight shot through this page and the next page and be done pretty quick. Alright. We're going to talk about equilateral and equiangular. Equilateral, lateral means the three congruent sides, right? Equiangular, angular triangle, angles means three congruent angles. Alright. Maybe I should say plural there. Okay. If a triangle is equilateral, then it is equiangular. That is our theorem. Let's go ahead and prove it. To prove it, I went and drew a triangle. I'm going to end up drawing another one down here, A, B, and C. Alright, so it is given that AB is congruent to AC, which is congruent to BC. Alright, and since AB and AC are the same, we know that angle B, the base here, is the same as angle C, the base there. Right? That is the isosceles triangle theorem. Alright. It is also known that angle A is congruent to angle B, right? Angle A is congruent because these two sides, so when we say since segment AC is congruent to segment BC, right? So now we know that this side right here, right, angle A is also the same as angle B, so we can mark them congruent. Therefore, A and C are together by substitution. Finally, A is congruent to B is congruent to C by the transitive property, right? If A equals C, B, and B equals C, then A equals C. Alright. So the converse is true. So the converse it says if the triangle is equiangular, then it's equilateral. Let's go ahead and draw another one. I'll draw one right here. We'll go A, B, C. It says A, B, and C are congruent. Well, since B and C are congruent, B and C, that means this AB across from C is congruent to AC across from B. By the converse of the isosceles triangle theorem. And AC is congruent to BC by the converse of the isosceles triangle theorem. Alright, so AC is here, BC is here, AC is because angle B, and BC is congruent to angle A. By the transitive property of congruence, alright, we can say what do we got? Segment AC is congruent to segment AB, which is congruent to segment BC. Alright, so going to the other side. Now, Katie is stitching a central inlay of the banner she created to represent her new tutorial service. It's an equilateral triangle with the following dimensions. What's the length? Well, it's equilateral, so all the lengths are the same, right? Which would tell me this one, 4x plus 7 is equal to this one, 6x minus 5. Let's subtract 4x. I got 7 equals 2x minus 5. We'll add 5, which gives me 12 equals 2x, which gives us x equals 6, which I can plug back in here. 4 times 6 plus 7, 24, 31 is the length. Alright, this one says, find this measure. Well, it's hard to see, but there's tick marks here, which makes this the same as this. R and S are congruent. Alright, which tells me all those x's, 5 x's, is equal to 180, which tells me x, if I divide by 5, is equal to 36. Well, if x equals 36, this is 3 times 36, which is 108 degrees right there. This one says find angle P. Well, let's look for our tick marks. Look like there's one here and one here. Alright, so this gives me 3x plus 3 because these are the same. Alright, so then we know that these two right here, so I'm going to say 6x plus 6 plus this guy right here, 5x minus 2, equal 180, which gives me 11x plus 4 equals 180. I subtract 4, we got 11x equals 176. And if I divide by 11, that gives me 16 is x. So if I plug in 16, 3 times 16 plus 3, 48 plus 3, that gives me 51 degrees right there. Not too bad, right? Let's do one more. Alright, Katie's tutorial service is going well. She is having shirts made with equilateral triangle emblems. So all these are the same. Alright. What is the length of each side of the triangle in centimeters? Well, we know this. We know 3/10 y plus 9 is the same as, looks like that's 4/5 y minus 1. Let's go ahead and add 1. So this is 3/10 y. If I add 1 to this side, I get 10. I'm going to change this to 8/10 y. 8/10 y, and I already added 1 to that side, so plus 1 plus 1. We subtract 3/10 y, which gives me 10 is equal to 5/10 y, which is really just 1/2, isn't it? 1/2. So we multiply both sides by 2, we get 20 equals y. But what it wants is the length, so let's plug it in. 4/5 times 20 minus 1, 16 minus 1. Each one has a length of 15 centimeters. There it is. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to talk about this tomorrow as we work, and that's 7.2. See you guys soon.